obviously, if you have more pressing of an issue, feel free to reach out to John directly. His contact information is in the content section below. With that said, John, let's go ahead and go into our first question. First question was, if I get into an accident, who pays for my medical expenses?
Okay, thanks, Ryan. The first question about medical expenses is actually a very common one. Most people who are involved in a serious accident, whether it be a vehicular accident, truck accident, or something at work, who will have to deal with medical expenses, and those can really start adding up quickly. Typically, what ultimately will happen is that the adverse party, the party who injured you, so if it's a vehicle accident, the adverse driver's insurance carrier will be the person that will be responsible for your medical expenses, and that's what kind of a personal injury attorney's job is to do, is to work with that adverse insurance carrier and make the demands on them based on your medical expenses. Now, if the accident was your own fault and you were the cause of your own injuries, then you kind of have to rely on your own health insurance, or there is also med pay or medical payments that can provide for you, and that's something that you should have in your insurance policy, in your auto insurance policy at least, is medical payments that can kind of help provide for your medical expenses if the accident ends up being your own fault. But if it's the adverse party's fault, then we go after the adverse insurance carrier for those medical expenses.
Okay. Next question we had is, if I'm in a car accident and my vehicle's has been damaged, am I entitled to a rental car?
Okay, so if your vehicle is damaged after a car accident, a lot of people end up without a mode of transportation to get around, and that's a problem because they have a lot of hospital visits, sometimes other medical providers that they have to get to, sometimes even work. So one thing that's smart to do is to have rental insurance in your own auto insurance policy. So that's something that you can talk to your insurance provider and make sure you get that in there. If you don't, most adverse insurance companies, the party that it's at fault, their insurance carrier will also usually kick in and provide a reasonable amount of time in a rental vehicle. They'll pay for a reasonable amount of time. That can be a very short period of time, though, so you want to make sure that you're contacting an attorney to see